lock the device. There's a deer in my roundabout. A deer and my cat. So I'm now following the deer and he's off. A little pug on a leash. Okay, I know these people. The usual suspects in the park at Lambrick. I'm looking forward to doing a little more Lambrick. I think eye protectors is something I should look into. Get the pun. Yeah, no, I found a pair of eye protectors in Kirkland on a fence. They were just sitting there. And, you know, as I always say, finders keepers. So obviously, general issue. It was outside a factory, so I'm sure that the person who left them there didn't even go back for them. They probably dumped them there deliberately so they wouldn't have to carry them anymore. Anyway. So, Saanich is doing some digging here. They're digging up some sort of culvert in my friend's house. Up between his house and the neighbor's. He's probably getting some kind of dispensation from the municipality for the inconvenience of losing half his yard. But they're probably changing some major sewer that runs under that property, or close to the edge of this property line. I was hoping they were going to put in another footpath. So I'm just coming to the end of Teakwood. I think it's called Teakwood. Hanging right. I've got new headphones. Well, they're not new. They're as new as my phone, but when I got my phone... Hang on a second. I've got somebody doing a maneuver here that doesn't know I'm around. Hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, somebody doing a bit of driver's ed, doing a 3-point turn at the end of a cul-de-sac. That is something that us drivers tend to, well, I'm speaking as an ex-driver, tend to forget. 3-point turns are quite intimidating. That's better. I figured with cycling, it's all to do with cadence. You find yourself a comfortable pedal rate that you can maintain, and that is going to be, depending on which gear you're in, your speed. The same person who gave way to me in the parking lot is probably going to have to give way to me again. Yep. Alright, now I'm running. Garnet, heading towards Shortcliffe.
one shore cliff, swinging around to my left. Running in the middle of the road pretty much. This is one row back from Mackenzie. This is a very quiet neighborhood. That was a Jetta. If you have a bike, you can use it for those short errands where you would normally just jump into the car. Coming up on Cedar Hill Crossroad. So 6:35 a kilometer. I've just done my first kilometer. I don't think I'll have to press the button today. Maybe I was wrong. No. I have a clearing now. I'm now on Epsom Drive, heading up towards Kings Pond. It's probably 19 Celsius and it's probably 9:30 in the morning on Wednesday, the 20-something. You can tell I'm retired, eh? So far I've seen a deer less than 10 feet from my property, and the neighbor will dispatch the deer. Oh, I just heard the beeps for 10 o'clock. One of the reasons I like to run later in the morning is that I do like to have a beer around noontime. So I try and time it so that I finish my run with a little bit of a reward for my sweating. I have turkey and rice to eat when I get back. 2 more servings, I think. I just saw a sign on somebody's lawn saying, "Caution, fawn crossing," as in baby deer. And what the mother deer does is she leads the children. She probably leaves some kind of scent trail. I meet my developmentally challenged friends again in the same spot. Hello. them at King's Pond again. Hello. Jogger coming through, down the middle. Runner coming through. Yep, they're going to see the ducks. They're all once again in the pond. I'm going to need to take a drink at the rec centre. That'll be at the bottom end of my loop. Pretty sure I'm going pretty much bang on pace.
Hello.
Yep, these are one of those dog days of summer. No blue sky, but the heat is being held. Today I was listening to that podcast from Roman Mars. What's it called now? 99% invisible. Okay, this is where I hike. It was all about some tragedy over the Atlantic of a autopilot malfunction on a brand new Airbus jet. 2 co-pilots, 1 pilot. Hi.
Yes, I got married.
That happened because the plane got into a stall. It just came down like an elevator. It wasn't really flying at the end. Just one massive belly flop. That was about, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe longer. But they were saying how we tend to rely too heavily on automation. I heard the craziest interview yesterday on the CBC. Somebody was being interviewed about a robotic chef with arms coming down from the ceiling, anthropomorphic hands holding tools that could be used either by the robot or by the human owner, but I can only see it failing. There's no way that a robot could anticipate all the minutest decisions that one has to make when cooking. Looking out for foreign bodies in the food, handling irregular shaped vegetables, dealing and chopping. Here we are at James Height. Chopping said irregular shaped vegetables. Hi.
Hello.
Couple of hikers and a walker. I've done the major climb on this side. Now I have to get my payback time on the large chip descent that'll take me back to the rec center. So far I think I have about 7 minutes plus the run on my voice recorder. I also brought my point and shoot, so very soon I'm going to stop like right here and carefully extract the camera from my pocket, open the lens and shoot. So this is the Cedar Hill golf course, and I'm just about to hit the major chip descent. This, as you can see, is beautiful worn wood chip. One of the advantages today of recording with my wrist mounted microphone is that I will have, hopefully, a clear audio to attach to this video. It will involve using GarageBand, but that's okay. I can do that. These were all blackberry bushes and the weeping willow tree. Yep, even though my phone now works as a phone again, there's one small glitch that I noticed. It doesn't play back through my dock. If I wanted to charge it, it does that. But the dock no longer acts as an audio output booster. That's okay. Don't necessarily need that all the time. Alright. There's a couple of people. As you can see, those who are watching, hi. And this is the big downhill. I prefer doing my loop this way. Hi. Hello.
Morning.
I will pause this until after my drink break on the other side. So now I've got one bit of audio to attach. Just putting the camera away. I almost called it a phone. I'm so used to taking pictures with a phone.
The opportunity.
6:34. I can slow down a bit on this hill. Done 29 minutes, so I'm guessing I've done 4 kilometers. So I'm back at it again. Just clearing the last little bit of uphill. It's like a big oval basin that has been tilted slightly. I'm just coming off the high side of the basin, heading down towards the rec center. Hi. Hello, ladies. Thank you. That's good. Plenty of room, thanks. So this is Finlayson Road. And if I were making my beer from scratch, I would have turned right there and gone to the beer store. But that would have obliged me to get the bus home because my bike is at Fairways. So I will remember to pull in for a drink. This is gravel that I'm running on, so my shoes are getting kind of dusty. This is almost exactly the same surface as the CKC, the Cross Kirkland Corridor. Funnily enough, CKC happened to be my initials. I have actually 2 middle names, but the one on my, wherever it was, not my birth certificate, I think it's probably the number or the name in my BCID card. It says Carlos Christian Federico Castillo or Carlos Christian Castillo. Both those middle initials done in honor of my uncles. Alright, so they have a bouncy castle here. This is the back of the rec center. I'm just taking a video of the rec center, and they're obviously planning something there. They've got seats and a microphone and the bouncy castle. When I finish my drink of water, I'm going to head up that hill and home. Well, back to the supermarket for my bicycle. So there you can see me in my reflection, and I'm just going in to get a drink of water. They have a shrine here to John. That's a nice mural, that one. Alright, so water. This is the art studio behind that frosting. There's the art studio, and this is the after school program. And here's my water fountain. Back out the way I came in. Workout resumed, almost. She detected that I was moving, but I'm still in the building. Okay. Now I'm outside with a bouncy castle again. Well, they have a brush there for your shoes. That's a good idea. And the three ladies that gave way to me earlier have caught up with me now. Still ahead of them. Halfway to my goal. Very good. So 24 minutes of running. I was recording before. I recorded about 7 or 8 minutes off my bicycle, my ride in to the supermarket. Alright, this is a bit of a steepy, bit of a chin scraper. This is where I regain some of the altitude that I scrubbed off. It's good to be eating porridge again. That's an in joke. Yep, really looking forward to checking up on the community at large, getting larger. Yep, so 2 novelties. One is I'm wearing the brand new purpose-built and supplied Apple earbuds with the switch on the side. Once I get used to the button, I have to remember that it would be yet another source for audio capture. If I could just design a wind sock for the inline microphone. I had an idea that might work. You know those ubiquitous name tag clips? Well, you could use the clip part to clip the microphone to your shirt, and the looping plastic strap that's supposed to feed through your ID card could wrap around a piece of disposable gloving. $6.42 per kilometer. Yes, this little bit of black nylon finger material from disposable gloves. I could cut a couple of inches off a finger, slide it over the mic on the inline, and then click the popper that should hold the little bandage on the sore spot, if you know what I mean. You could probably still operate it through a rig like that as an on-off. Anyway, I'd much sooner be using Sonya with my audio capture. Although Sonya with the wrist mic is quite a good alternative, especially for when I'm doing a combo event of short duration. I just run a continuous on the bike, off the bike, on the golf course, off the golf course, and just depending on how lazy I am, take out arbitrary chunks that I included in the live recording. I just have to audit little bits to know where the chunks of silence or just basic running noises are coming from. I really do enjoy perfecting this little skill. It's a hobby for me, audio capture. And it's nice that it combines with my other hobbies of running and making videos. Okay, so making videos. I'll do another little snippet of video. Oh, I've now got a still shot of myself. That's better. Now I should have a video rolling. So this, as you can see, is nice and shady. Hello. Hi. Saw that guy on the other side running up the big hill.
Not the best time of year.
So this, once again, is more of that glorious chip. I seem to have lost my selfie stick. There's the little robin. North American robins are different from the European bird. Okay, so back to the views of the golf course. Nice big fence to protect the houses from errant golf balls. The people have this lower fence. Almost done with my loop. I will take us back onto Epsom Drive before I shut this one down. this might be where I use the audio for this video clip and not use it in my podcast. Hi.
What kind of a project?
So this is just my point and shoot held at hip level, pointing, as you can see, all over the place, even behind me. I have a piece of Band-Aid covering the audio input from the camera, because that does pick up a lot of wind noise. It'll give me a little bit of an editing cue as well, but it's seldom good enough to include a raw from the camera. There's a nice couch and seat. Oh yeah. So 33:44, and there is Mount Doug in the distance. So this is the running jackal signing off from his Wednesday show on Cedar Hill Golf Course. Bye bye. Okay, putting the camera away, and now I run back for my bike. The surface is now going to be asphalt. The first loud noise will be Cedar Hill Crossroad once again, and then Brayfoot, then Wend, and then Shorecliff, and then Garnet, and I'm done. Yep, I envisage about probably an hour and a half of post-production for the video and the podcast. I see that Jim has run 3 16K runs back to back the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. His standard 10-miler. Yep, I don't know if you're listening or following the slow runners activity, but there's a lot going on over there. Next month it's going to be Log Your Miles for July on one of the Daily Mile challenges, which will be the first challenge I've done on the Daily Mile that I'm sure I'll be able to figure out what to do. There will be a leaderboard, as they say. I'm only going to log my running kilometers, even though cycling is included in my aerobic exercise regimen. I try and get 10 hours of sweating per week. Alright, I should get the light now. Yep. And would you believe it? I just felt a few drops of rain. It's that muggy, but I'm sure everybody will be quite pleased if we got a massive drenching round about now. Even I, as I have all my electronics safely stashed once again. I heard an old friend's podcast. He's been recording noticeably more frequently. Mike from Detroit, I think he lives in. He came up with a show today, but he does his show mainly from his seat in front of his laptop. He probably has show notes up ahead on his screen, which would prompt him and indeed allow him to be a little more structured. But then again, he is a principal of a school, so you imagine he is quite organized. I think he's the principal of a special needs school. This is another one of those editable sections. Hang on. Has a couple of male stags, which I can't miss video recording. There you go. Eating dandelions. His friend is over there, over behind the Indian tobacco. I'm just going to walk with this guy for a little bit. See if I can do it without spooking him. I'm trying to cut off his tangent to his friend. Come on. He doesn't seem too scared of me. His friend hasn't seen me yet. Hello. Hi. Alright, well, I better get back to my running. So this sweeping road will take me to Garnet, which will be blissfully downhill. Alright, so I guess I could put the camera away. So 6:39 per kilometer, and I'm less than half a mile from my destination. probably just about 800 meters, which would be just about half a mile. I'm on a little laneway that connects Shawcliffe with Garnet. So if you're following me on Map My Run, pretty soon the street view will be available for where I am now. Any second now I'll be stepping onto the street view portion of our world. Alright, Rosebank Gardens. This is the last day of school activities at Cedar Hill High School. Yep, they have a bouncy castle as well. And they have some kind of music system going as well. Alright, so this is the last part of my run. And Cedar Hill Road is where I stop, right opposite Fairways Market. Okay, so this is the end of my Wednesday show. But I have 1 hour and 2 minutes to deal with. So this is Carlos saying bye-bye for now. I'll catch up with you later today when this hits the airwaves.